Gain XP in Pokemon Go is one of the easiest things to do. However, how do you maximize this to get the most amount of XP possible? I've been playing Pokemon Go for many years, and I'm going to be going over pro tips as well as just kind of newbie tips. So if you're new to Pokemon Go, you'll love this video. And even if you're pretty experienced with this game, you're still going to find out a bunch of information that you're going to want to know in this video. We're going to go over what you can get XP for and kind of the least to the most. Obviously, catching a normal Pokemon, you'll get about a normal 150 to 200 XP. Nice and great throws, you'll get a little bit extra 100, especially with a curveball throw in specific. But every single time you hit an excellent throw curveball and you hit the Pokemon and you catch it, you get 1,000 XP for that. And that's just one of the many ways that a lot of pros in Pokemon Go use, including myself, to keep gaining a bunch of XP. Another really big one is events. Now, events are more of a rabbit hole, which I'll kind of go down a bit later, but we could talk about what more you'll get a bit more XP for. So for example, if you open a gift and send a gift, you'll get about 200 XP for doing so. Plus gifts always give you or some type of Stardust or berries or Pokeballs, which can be very good. Another very great thing that I highly recommend doing is evolving Pokemon. Obviously you catch Pokemon all the time, you get XP for that, but every single time you evolve a Pokemon, you get 1,000 XP for it. And if it's new to your Pokédex, you get 1,000 XP on top of the 1,000 XP you have either from catching that Pokemon for the first time, or if you are evolving that Pokemon into the Pokemon that you don't have. I do this all the time, and I've gained literally about 100,000 XP per day just from evolving Pokemon alone, which is why I'm almost at, I think, 3.4 million XP at level 44. Just hit level 44 like a week ago, so it helps out a lot. Now, some things that are in game that a lot of people will normally do but gain you a bunch of XP. First off, Dynamax raids. Dynamax raids just came out a couple weeks ago, and Dynamax raids will give you about 5,000 XP. If you do Beldum, I believe it's 7,500 XP, so keep that in mind. Dynamax rates are obviously great. They do have a really bad shiny rate, so good luck to anyone that wants to grind and get those shiny, but yeah, those give you a bunch of XP, as well as normal rates, of course. Now, I believe 1-star rates is 5,000, 3-star is 7,500, and 5-star should be 10,000. So I do definitely want to make a video on how to one player solo taking down 5-star raids. If you want me to make a video about that, let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely make a video like that. But you get a bunch of XP every single time you do these raids, as well as team leaders and team rocket grunts give you a bunch of XP. The team rocket grunts you will find in Pokestops all the time, and you can get the leaders by completing 6 rocket from the Pokestops. You get 6 of those, you get a mysterious component, and then you get the rocket radar where you can find the leaders. The leaders will also get you eggs. Now, this is only the 12-kilometer eggs you can get from leaders, but you can also get 7-kilometer eggs from gifts, as well as 2 to 5 and 10-kilometer eggs from Pokestops. Eggs will give you XP, and it ranges per kilometer of eggs. So 2 kilometers will give you a certain amount. Same thing for 5, 7, and 10. However, if you are going for the amount of XP the most, I'd highly recommend the 12-kilometer eggs, since they are the farthest walking distance to hatch. They're going to be the best for you. Another thing that no one really talks about as much, and I feel this is a super big benefit because you get a bunch from it and a lot more than people don't really understand, is routes. Routes not only have certain spawns you can get, including Tauros, which is a really rare shiny, Basculin, that's a really rare shiny, as well as you can exchange a gift from the, I believe it's some, I don't know the name of the player, but there's a certain Pokemon trainer at the end of the Pokemon route, and if you exchange a gift and you have an egg open, you can get a 7-kilometer egg from this route. Why do you want to do this? There's a specific Basculin type that you can only get from the 7-kilometer that is actually a super rare shiny. It's only came out for one Go Fest. Fun little fact. But from routes, as well as we just talked about, you can get a route, and usually the routes are from one Pokestop to another or one Pokestop to a gym. You get the point. Those give you a bunch of XP if you complete the whole route. Now, I personally do routes all the time, and especially for those certain 7-kilometer eggs, because I'm really hunting for that super rare shiny. But there's a million different ways you could more so add on to this. So one thing in specific that a lot of players do that I highly recommend is looking out for spotlight hours. Spotlight hours happen every Tuesday. It's either from 6 to 7 or 5 to 6. I think it kind of depends on like the time zones and stuff like that, but for the most part, you should be able to look it up on the Pokemon Go app for you, kind of translate it your time. However, once a week, they'll do like 2 times Stardust, 2 times Catch, and then there'll be times where they either do 2 times XP per catch. So when they do that, basically you can just easily get a bunch more XP. And for example, they did Wobbuffet in the past Spotlight Hour. And Wobbuffet is a super easy Pokemon to hit an excellent throw. So if you Lucky Egg and hit an excellent throw on the Pokemon, you get literally 4 times XP, which is 4,000 XP per catch, which is absolutely insane. Hopefully you guys were able to look out for that. But Pokemon Go does that pretty often with Spotlight Hours. Additionally, with seasons, the new seasons that come out, there's always some type of additional bonus, and there could be some type of XP bonus, so definitely look out for that. As well as, I highly recommend the Community Day bundles. Now, sometimes you do have to pay for these in specific, but the Community Day bundles in specific always give you a bunch of XP. So this special research that you'll get from a Community Day will always give you a bunch of XP, and more than likely will get you a Lucky Egg, or if you already have a Lucky Egg from a past event or a past reward, I'd highly recommend putting it on before claiming it. It's definitely a big help. Now, me personally, I don't get Lucky Eggs too often, but whenever I do get Lucky Eggs, I take full advantage of it. Remember, Lucky Eggs will last for 30 minutes. However, if you have a Dialga, and in fact the origin form Dialga, you can pause any effect of a Lucky Egg. Meaning, if you pop a Lucky Egg and it costs 30 minutes for it, and let's say you want to do a couple raids and then evolve Pokemon after, this example I'm trying to show you is how long you can make your Lucky Egg last for just having one. If you have a origin from Dialga, you can use your Dialga, use the certain power up which will cost you Stardust and Candy, but if you're looking to get more XP and trade that Stardust and Candy for that, you'll be able to do that and gain a bunch of XP per so. Now, personally, I use the Dialga for my blue incense to make it last longer, especially because the Galarian Bird Shinies are coming to Pokemon Go soon. However, I do know that being able to use that certain power-up and kind of use it to get more XP is just beautiful. So, the million different ways to get XP is all over the place. And if you can't go out, the biggest things I recommend is make sure maybe even pop your Lucky Egg on the 7th day of catching in a row. So when you catch a certain amount of Pokemon days in a row, you get about a lot of XP and a lot of Stardust. However, on the 7th day, you'll get the most amount of XP possible for it because it's your 7th day streak. So speaking on that 7th day streak, you also have the breakthrough research, and the breakthrough research you get from doing a research task once every day. You can one big breakthrough research box a week, which will get you XP. My big main point is you can get hundreds of thousands XP of not even going out of your house. Obviously, if you go out of your house, you get way more XP than possible. But big main thing at the end of this is if you need XP very badly, catch Pokemon, evolve them, then transfer them, and then you keep doing that cycle, as well as make sure you're doing your breakthrough boxes, as well as make sure you're popping Lucky Eggs. If you're going to be mass evolving, you can use that Lucky Egg to full advantage if possible. Thank you all so much for showing up to today's video. God bless. Check out one of these 2 videos because it's something crazy that's happened in Pokemon Go. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Jesus loves you.